What's up, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This video is brought to you guys by Umobix, and we're looking at their really awesome cell phone tracker for modern parents. As you guys can see, this thing works on iOS and Android, and you can go ahead and view a full-on demo on their website as well. Now, the key features, I'm actually going to show you guys using that particular demo, and of course, show you guys how to set this up as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and set up this device. So the first thing we need to do is, of course, go ahead and select a target device. So you're just going to take your camera and take a picture of this QR code or jump onto the following website. And you can install their Umobix application directly onto your Android running 4.1 or above. Simply hit allow when you get the warning. Then you need to install this, which is really cool. And of course, agree and continue. You need to enable keylogger tracking, play services, use play services for this one. Then you have to allow for this one. You have to allow all the different permissions so it can track every single thing. And last but not least, you take this code or hit setup automatically, and you're pretty much good to go. And last but not least, you just hit 70%. We're actually going to jump and use the demo version because a lot of the stuff on my phone I don't know if I want to share. So of course, as you guys can see, we're going to use this is what your dashboard is going to hypothetically look like once you have set everything up. But I did want to show you guys the setup process, which is really cool. This is what a typical account would look like. So you would see their frequent calls. You'd be able to see their outgoing calls, who they're calling, who's Rick S. Russell. You might be a little sussed out. Then, of course, there's also the visited addresses. So as you can see, you can go ahead and see that we're at this castle in Bryant Park, and it's just a little bit of peace of mind for you. You can also see the last added contacts, and you might look at this and be like, who's mom? Don't know who that is, but you might actually look at this and be like, Andy. Andy's not good. You can also see that they're getting some frequent text messages from Airbnb, mom, Facebook. Those are normal, but then there's one number in there, eSpirit, that you might be like, who is that, and why is this person calling Russell so much? My kid shouldn't be calling this random person named Russell. You can also see their bookmarks, which is cool. You can see the sites that they use, which is really awesome as well. So typically, this seems like a good kid. You know, they're on USA.com and gmail.com, not doing anything too crazy, you know, which is really cool. And then, of course, I'm going to go ahead and check out the last section, which is their most frequently visited socials. And you can actually break it down between the particular days, which is really cool. So the other really awesome thing is that you can also go ahead and jump into other sections. For example, on the left side over here, we have the ability to check out our calls, our address book, messages, and of course, we can see this particular, let's go ahead and click calls. There we go. Keylogger, location, WhatsApp, Snapchat. So inside of calls, as you guys can see, we can see the accepted, we can see the number it's coming from, the ID, when it started, how long it went on, and you can actually, this is important, you can actually go ahead and see that, hey, this call lasted for a long time. That doesn't seem good. Inside of the address book, we can do the exact same thing. We can see where every single one of their contacts is, and if anyone in here seems to be someone you told them not to talk to anymore and they're still talking to them, which is really cool. Messages is interesting as well, so I'm going to go ahead and click messages. As you guys can see, we can see the exact messages that are being sent and whatnot, which is really wild. Inside a location, we can also go ahead and see where they've been visiting. You can also click it on a map to see if the location adds up to where they say they were going to go. And last but not least, there's a full-fledged keylogger, so you can actually see every single thing that is being sent and typed and all that. For example, here we have unusual price. We're still doing it. Doing what? You might be a little intrigued by that, which is really cool. Now, the idea behind this is if your kids know that, you know, you're kind of keeping an eye on things, they'll be a little bit, you know, careful as to what things they might be doing and might not do certain things. However, if they have no control over them, they're just going to do whatever they want, which might not end well. As you guys can see, we have WhatsApp as well, which is really awesome. So all of this works for, you know, iMessage, but it also works for WhatsApp, which is really cool. We also have Snapchat. All these look very similar, so I don't really need to click it, but it works on Snapchat, Facebook Messenger, but my favorite one is it actually works in Tinder as well, which is really wild. Now, the new one that I haven't seen before is actually TikTok. So a lot of other platforms that are similar to this, I haven't seen TikTok on, so that's really cool. We also get Zoom, Instagram, and so let's go ahead and check out Tinder. Let's just see what it would look like. Very typical. Then we also have TikTok. So as you guys can see, we can see all the messages in there as well. Now, taking a look inside of the last few sections, we get Instagram, Viber, Telegram, WeChat, Skype, Hangouts, Kik, and Line. So it supports every platform that people typically use at that certain age range. So you're good to go. My favorite one in here is that you can also go ahead and see photos and all that as well. So as you guys can see, maybe they're trolling, so they're only taking pictures of puppies. So and that's pretty good. Cats and puppies, nothing too crazy going on here. And we also have videos as well, which is really awesome. And you can actually go and play the videos directly from within here. So what I'm going to actually show you guys quickly, since this is a very nice way of showing you guys all the different features this has, I'm going to show you guys a quick setup process. So once you go ahead and have this, all you have to do is make sure you have a stable internet connection, a target device that needs to be an Android running 4.1 or above, and of course you have to have physical access to the device as well. That shouldn't be too difficult. Next off, what you need to do is open the camera on the Google Camera app, and you need to scan that particular QR code. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to jump into my camera application, and I'm going to scan this QR code. Okay. The last thing on here, which is really awesome, is you can actually check their browsing history, which is what you're probably most intrigued by, to make sure they're not looking at things they shouldn't be looking at, which is cool. And of course, their bookmarks, all of it directly on here. So all in all, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. So leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. Go ahead and check them out in the link below. Thank you guys for watching. This is going to be me logging off.